Dreams are achieved through perseverance, hard work, and of course, God's blessing. This is the story of our Swansea house, as the kids lovingly call it. It all started with a dream of owning a vacation home to enjoy, and also to rent to subsidize the cost. I have always wanted a home in the Northeast where the mountains are grand and it snows more than 6 inches a year. After lots of research on locations and with Rick's encouraging push forward, we jumped into the car and headed to New Hampshire to start our search. In a week and a half, we saw more than a dozen homes and put offers on several of them. One of them had my heart from the moment I saw it online, sitting in my bed back in New Jersey, a beautiful post and beam colonial built in 1854. When we drove up to it in person on that chilly March day, it was even better than the pictures. A big, peaceful yard with nature and a sledding hill, Belgian draft horses roaming in the field across the street, a big, beautiful, old-fashioned house that had character, just as I always dreamed of. I stepped inside and fell in love, but as I walked through each of the 12 rooms, I started to question if this was the right move for us. The house was so large, and what if we couldn't rent it enough to be able to make it work for our financial goals? But Rick persevered as always. One of my favorite things about him is that even when I am nervous or unsure, he has this quiet, sweet way of making me feel like everything will work out and is possible. Other offers went by the wayside as we were in a competitive housing market at the time. We started to wonder if we were to be pursuing this dream or maybe just moving on. So we put our final offer on the Swansea, New Hampshire home. We put the offer and then started our drive back home, leaving the past week and a half of searching behind us. Would it all be for nothing? After time and lots of patience, we saw the incredible love of God unfold in our lives. It was the morning of my birthday in April, and our real estate agent reached out with the news that we would be getting the house. So many emotions, but mostly gratitude that dreams can really come true. The next month was spent collecting furniture for the house, researching the area like crazy, and planning on the details to transition to spending time at the new house to get it ready. We rented a large U-Haul, drove an entire day with it loaded down, trying to avoid all the roads that trucks cannot go on, spent the night nearby at a hotel, woke up the next morning and had a successful closing on the house. With the help of our parents for picking up furniture, loading the U-Haul, childcare, and more, our dream was finally coming to life. Now, here we are, over 2 months later, seeing it all through, working tirelessly to make sure that the house is the best it can be, and most of all, just thanking God every single moment. There hasn't been a day that has gone by that I haven't been overwhelmed with the goodness of God in our lives. We don't deserve all He blesses us with. It is a reminder to give back and live our lives for His purpose above all else. All right, guys, I want to give you this is our second day of work. We've been non-stop, our backs hurt. There's Rex, he's very tired. He's about to build a bunk bed in that room, if you can see that room. But Rick took off wallpaper, so we are exhausted, so I'm not gonna show you like everything just because I'm tired. But this really shows you the amount of work we are putting into this house. it's beautiful. It's a beautiful house. It just needed some love. And so this is a big project. But it's getting there. We're getting floors cleaned and they're just beautiful. There's Reed mopping. He's been such a big help. Parker's at home with my parents. The bathroom has come together really nicely, and this was one room that I was worried about, that it would look good enough and that I would be happy with, but I'm really happy with it, and the whole house is just so much fun. Like, we've been having a blast. Now we know so much more than we did when we were just looking at the house for the first time online. Now we know that Swansea, New Hampshire is known for their covered bridges that people come to see, for its nature trails around every bend with unlimited beauty to explore, for farms with animals to hug and run with, for the best homemade ice cream we ever tasted, and most of all, for time and space.
Swansea Lake.
We're at Swansea Lake?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you have?
Lunch.
We have peanut butter and jellies. Reed is at camp.
Yeah.
All right, we're setting out to hike our backyard, which was a real treat to find after we bought the house. That this big hill and all this property leads to a lot more than 2 acres that we bought. If you go up here in the woods, there is so much more. I know you can't really get the whole magnitude of this, but that is a very far drop down there. And that is all, there's a river, and then it goes and goes and goes and goes. It just keeps going all the way over there. And here we are on the other side. So cool. We exited the forest, and I found a cool glass bottle. New Hampshire was made for slow living. for taking your time and not having to always be right. This dawned on me one day as I was unsure out on one of the new roads I was driving on, and I pulled in front of a few cars. Rather than honking and getting angry, they simply slowed down and allowed me time to realize that I had made a mistake.
Oh, this is our view. Now you can see it up close. Such a special view of these horses. They're really sweet, as you can tell.
This house and journey has taught me so much more than just owning real estate and furnishing a vacation rental. It's taught me what nature is really for, to bring people together and to enjoy God's creation in the realest way imaginable. It's taught me the true definition of slow living. As soon as I wake up, I hear the horses roaming across the street, the river rushing, birds chirping, and the breeze blowing. A reminder of the perfect day to take it easy, and most importantly, to just take it all in. It's taught me how there is beauty in all the states, but having the opportunity to enjoy a beautiful drive to the grocery store is a true gift. It's taught me that old homes are a lot of work, but somehow it teaches us resilience and is important to our physical and emotional selves. It's taught me that you have to make sure you meet your needs first, to search for peace in a restless world, and to truly chase what makes your heart happy. Because it is then that you can impact the world for the better. We hope that whoever watches this realizes that even though chasing a dream can be stressful, tiring, overwhelming, and even feel impossible at times, it will all be worth it in the end. Nothing in the world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, difficulty. I have never in my life envied a human being who led an easy life. I have envied a great many people who led difficult lives and led them well. I think Theodore Roosevelt said that better than I could have. It always seems impossible until it is done.